average order value and monetization. So you don't always need more customers. I mean, I think this is the thing that brands do all the time, right? They obsess about how many people can we bring into our store and convert. And one, if you just improved your post-click experience and made more money from the people you're already bringing in, you're going to make more money. But two, you don't always need those customers. So you might be a brand that suits AOV optimization. And by the way, not all brands can do this. It doesn't work on all brands. In fact, sometimes things like in-cart upsells, etc., can have a negative effect on your revenue and your revenue per visitor. So this is where that strategy and execution comes from. This is where working with someone like a ConversionWise, like us, we have brilliant minds who have been there and done it across all different verticals and all different types of products. So incentives obviously change buying behavior, and I'll show you some of them. Tiered rewards, the right structure, and lifts hidden revenue. So this is a AOV as kind of raw AOV optimization as you can get. We took Sullen Art, one of our brands that we've worked with, cart experience, and we gamified it. Okay, so this is something that we do with a lot of brands, and we test it, but we don't just stop at free shipping. With this particular client, we optimized AOV based on their plateaus of $60 and $80, and we pushed that AOV right up 28% across store. We did that by, like I say, as you can see here, gamifying the in-cart experience. So first and foremost, you unlock free shipping, then you unlock free gifts. So things like a pair of socks, stickers, gift cards, the higher you kind of purchase within that cart. So really gamifying the in-cart experience worked really well for this brand, but also for many more that we've optimized. This was a jewelry brand we worked with, a jewelry brand, and jewelry brands are difficult, particularly because when you are a lower ticket jewelry brand, it's very hard to win the trust. And when you're a higher ticket jewelry brand, it's very hard to win trust. So we added a wrapping upsell in Q4 for this brand, and they saw a 15% revenue per visitor increase through the cart. So you can see it here, very, very simple thing to do. And we didn't really add too much pressure on the team, because all it was like a nice little bag that they put the jewelry in. And it's I think it was a £6 in-cart upsell to wrap the gift, wrap the jewelry for a gift. And we had that clear call out that says, buying for someone else, gift wrap. And again, a really nice big jump in revenue for this brand in Q4 and beyond. They still run it as well. So this is one of our clients, Dutch Barn, Ricky Gervais's vodka brand that we run CRO for. And this was a really amazing test we did. We did basically like a pick and mix. So this is a drink brand that sell multiple flavors of vodka. And traditionally, they had one PDP per flavor of vodka. But what we were finding is the product exploratory wasn't happening enough. And we were tasked by their board to increase their average order value. And that's exactly what we did by 31% by introducing a pick and mix ladder on the individual PDPs themselves. So people would go for a plain vodka, for example, and then they would see the kind of bundle and save pick and mix on the PDP, and they would there be adding more into their cart. And they went from selling an average of, I think, 1.5 bottles to 2 bottles on the store. Which was a 31, something around there, which was a 31% increase. There are a lot more optimizations that we did on this particular pick and mix bundle builder that I can point out. Things like using labels. We sorted the bottles via revenue per session, etc., etc. But this was a really nice winning test for them.